Hello. Looks like we are on a bit of a orc series here. I think this is 2 in a row. Let's see. Okay, this looks like a solid team. Block and guard all the way down. That is good. 1 killer. 2 or 3 potentials. They give a mighty blow to all the blitzers, which is pretty normal. Guard stand firm on the troll, which is a bit more usual, bit more what we'd expect than the last game. They do have a dodge threat. This is weirdly similar to the last team we just faced, but with a few key differences. The troll doesn't have block, which is nice. Looks like they got the goblin for the 1-turn touchdowns again. We have the exact same team value, so that's interesting. So I think they have at least 12 players, maybe 13, because I don't feel like these guys are as skilled up as the last team. So we don't have a mighty blow guy, but I don't feel like he'll be as missed against this as he would against like an elf team, or even humans or whatnot. Because you're not really expecting to do a lot of damage to the other team, anywho. Let's see, what did we do last time? We went on offense last time. I think we're going to do the same again, because it worked out pretty well. And even though my usual is to go on defense, I'm trying this as a bit of an experiment to see if it helps us out a bit more, not get broken before we score. But only time can tell. So let's see, yeah, so they have 12 players. Goblin will probably switch off of this guy for now, although he can have his uses. What's he got? Catch and sidestep. So the catch is, in a way, if he's mostly in for the 1-turners, I'm slightly surprised. Catch is good, because that increases your chances. Maybe the sprint or sure feet would have been a good choice on this guy as well. Okay, pretty common setup. We don't have a lot of great blitzing targets. Probably the thrower is the pick of the bunch. With the slightly lower armor. So we would have liked to have got a mighty blow guy on him. And unlike the other team, that is most likely to be their ball carrier. So having our tackle guy around would be nice if we can manage it, but he is also our get in the cage guy, so no guarantees. I think we, as per usual, try and give the ball to the runner, but it often doesn't work out that he ends up doing anything with it. I don't think he's scored a single touchdown yet. We're not going to bother with this front line. Nothing to be gained there. We will just hope to dodge our guy away if things go okay. Let's see. Oh, you know what? This is the time to try and get a throw with this guy if we can. Let's have a quick look around. He's actually a touchdown away from leveling up. Just having a quick look through my SPP. This guy and this guy have just refused to level, and I know that's because they're more utility pieces than anything, but they both could do with some, like, at least one more level up. Okay, I think I'm happy with this-ish. Okay, and aside from this guy moving in on one of our guys, this isn't the end of the world. This is sometimes where teams hurt themselves. He may just kind of like go across the whole thing though. But it's not going to make a huge amount of difference. Just means these guys have to make dodges as well. We didn't have any amazing blitzes planned out or anything, so looks like he's just moving up a bit. Maybe this guy will move in here. and he'll keep the sides. You want to keep those sides in so that I can't do like a quick round the corner situation. Ball placement is not ideal, but not the end of the world, hopefully. If it bounces to the sideline, we're a bit more scared. We might even try and pick it up with the witch. We're not in a hurry to score, but I'm not trying to necessarily eke this out to turn 8 either. So we just score when it feels right, if we're able. A bounce in would be nice. A bounce out, yeah, we definitely... Makes my throwing plan a bit more risky because I can't get away from the sideline before I throw. And obviously if we fumble, that's bad. So, yeah. Now I could do this and lob it over with the witch. It's not the worst plan, but we do need to kind of shore up the outside first. Yeah, I'm still going to try and get it to this guy and then probably throw this over here if our team kind of stays somewhat intact and doesn't fall over trying to get off the front line. Let's see. So yeah, plan is still here. Probably here and throw to here. Think we do this unfortunately now because these guys being across the front line is actually probably better. If we fail the pickup, I think we re-roll. If we fail the throw, we do not. You know what? I do move these guys back. You can go here. I like you here just as an annoying blocker. Where do I want you? Oh boy, taking a lot of time apparently. Okay. So that's more where we want it at least. But it actually worked out to do that dodge first because it used up that one that was just lurking. Otherwise that would have been our reroll on there, so yeah. Not that we knew that, but it worked out. And I made the dodges obviously because they were all with dodge, so they were all 2 up with reroll. So about as safe as you can get. Obviously, we've seen them go wrong many times, but it doesn't mean it's not a safe move in general. So who's he going to target? This is the guy that's going to be blitzing the most, I'd imagine. And trying to go after our people with dodge, because that's what I would do. I'd try and take down the dodge guys. Because they cause the most problems. Depending on how he uses them, we may just stand them up with like a lineman. Or like a loner would be good, especially. And just let that guy get pummeled, so that our dodge guys are getting blitzed by people that aren't so effective. I guess I didn't really think about it, but we kind of have made it look like we're trying to make a breakdown this side. But I think that's really more just protection, and because the ball was on this side of the field, so... Okay, so he's connecting heavily because he's got a lot of guard. This makes sense when you're orcs. Make me dodge away, because you start, you know, he can do that for free. I'm always in a danger of rolling the ones. He doesn't really have to worry about the repercussions of armor breaks or anything because he's got such high armor. That's why orcs are such a solid team. They don't have a ton of weaknesses. You could say agility is their weakness, but even that they're okay at. Doesn't look like he... I mean, he doesn't have a dirty player, so he could foul because he has extra man, but we will see. He may foul if he just has better targets to foul. So if we wanted to, we could make a breakdown a line. It would mean moving this guy to here and blitzing through here. I don't know if we're... This is why this guy really needs dodge. He needs to be able to move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because he can make it over there. We've got a good blitz. Pass to this guy, we can get... we get a few people over there, not as many as I like. I think the more sensible play is to drop back again. So we drop you back. We put you here. You can hold the sideline for now. You can be here with a dump off target if necessary. I don't see that it should be, but you never know. Don't really have any good blitzing options, so I'm probably not. I'm just going to flat out not blitz. I do need to do this first, unfortunately. Because if I start dodging away and fail one, he's just out in the open. Hey! I'm always surprised when it works. Every time. I think we threaten a scoring threat, if we can. I don't really know who. Now, if you were to... He set this up pretty well, honestly. I'm running out of time every time. Well, that's unfortunate, but honestly, it's not worth re-rolling. I mean, it's not super unfortunate, I was just doing that as part of the... He'd have just dodged away anyway, but I probably wouldn't have connected this guy if I didn't need to. Which I didn't. Could have just had this guy here, which would have blocked him off from coming through. Him coming through may not be the end of the world though, we'll see. And obviously he has to be a little bit careful on the wing. He's set up very, very well with these guys, so that I can't surf. But he has to, you know, be cognizant of it. And even on this side he has to be a little bit cognizant because this switch is within surfing range of that side. So we did level up our blitzer if he survives. So that'll be another bludger in the ranks. Unless he rolls double, I might give him guard or something. Really, guard and mighty blow are the only ones that are worth taking from strength. We don't want to give anybody else passing skills because we do have a runner there, so... There are skills like leader which let you get a reroll, but we've got the rerolls we need, so we're kind of okay with that. I feel like you don't see a lot of elf teams taking it because, unlike with, say, humans, where you have a bunch of linemen that you don't really necessarily need great skills on, you can throw that on. Well, of course they have a thrower. So where would you take a leader where you don't have somebody with the throwing skill? Chaos, maybe? I don't feel like you even see that a whole lot. I think on a double it's less good because you're paying more for it anyway, and part of the advantage of leader is that it costs you less team value than for the actual reroll. It's kind of supposedly a way of kind of keeping your team value down, but there's a couple of dangers with that. One is if the person dies, you obviously lose it. The other is if the person even gets like knocked out or whatnot before you've used your first reroll, then you lose that leader reroll for that half. So it's a skill I don't generally take, but I do see people take it, and I can't argue with it. Why are we both running out of time so far? We're both playing really slow, I guess. Oh, that is unfortunate, but not surprising. Okay, stun is okay. The mighty blow got him a stun there. Oh, I can almost surf this guy, but not quite. I could at least put him up against the sideline. I think I'm going to blitz and move over. Blitz with the witch. I think we actually... Oh, he's put a tackle there, actually. Okay, so she would want to go through that way. So you could go here if you wanted. You could go here. You could go... You can't go... Yeah, I think you can go here. Yeah. You go here. These two are in a bit of danger. Mostly this guy, because she can sidestep. So I think this is one we reroll if it goes wrong. Okay, that's nice. And we just stay there. We can actually dodge out of the back of this. Could he have done... No, he couldn't have quite got it like that. Which elf should dodge? This guy should dodge, and then we're down to our loner. Okay. So this is very much jockeying right now. He's just basing me every time. I'm trying to get dodge out of it. We have a lot of dodge now, which is good. But he does have a couple tackle. No, he has one tackle, which is our main issue. And we haven't been able to stand him up yet. And even if we do, he'll just get battered. We put this guy in a bit of an unfortunate place. I don't know if you can free him up easily. Yeah, because we've got a bit of a screen in front too, so he can't do like an easy dodge out. He could move this here and like maybe one dice this guy. But if he, you know, it may not be the ideal. He may just wait till the end of his turn and do a bad dodge out and just accept that he's going to fall over. So I guess right now, I guess we're not being forced backwards so much as just kind of going backwards and forwards. I guess we're not making a lot of movement forwards. I'd like to at least make a play like we're trying to get up at some point, but he's defending pretty well, so until I see a good opportunity, I don't think I'm going to push too hard. I'd like to get somebody, I could have done it with this guy, but I wanted to keep this blocked off. I'd like to get somebody kind of up here as a threat so they have to commit a couple players back. In a pinch, we can always hand off to this guy and do a pretty long throw, so it's on the table if we need it, but he's kind of spreading his guard well. If the troll kind of really stupids at some point, that'd be great, but he may just leave him where he is, honestly. He's in a pretty central, good stopping position. Got the tackle in, that's nice. Oh, he didn't need the tackle there. Okay, so now this guy has to move over to cover this, because we have a breakthrough here. He is not covering it. Now that is interesting. Yeah, and this guy just dodges down here, maybe down to here. And I don't think you reroll that at this stage because it's not great odds of succeeding. So yeah, we can actually go through without having to even blitz, which means we can use our blitz somewhere else. Now, who is in the danger zone? So we could go to here and be relatively in the clear. Relatively. It does mean this guy's going to get pulverized. Because as much as I'd like to dodge it back, I'd rather do this. You have to stand up. And I think I have to do this now. Nobody... He's semi in danger of getting surfed, but not a big amount. So yeah, we hand off. And then we can kind of head over here and do a throw. And then we can work out where we want to try and blitz. I think we have to do this first because we have to get the ball as sort of safe as we can. There should be a 2+2+. I think this guy dodges to here if we can. At some point we're going to hit that double one and we're going to be sad, but so far so good. Where am I going to try and get through? Probably want to hit this guy and then just base this guy. So you can go here. You can do the hit. That is nice, that's one blitz so we don't have to worry about. Follow. Yep. That lets this guy get out. And it lets the witch out as well. If we make this, this is great. I'm going to base this guy too because I don't want any blitzers getting over there. Hey, 14 seconds to spare. So yeah, if we score in like we can't score next turn unless we actually pass it to her. But if they're not able to put enough pressure on here, we just go stand up here and score next turn probably, unless they make a big mistake and let us do things they shouldn't. But this guy moving up here was great because I maybe shouldn't have even attempted that. Yeah, I probably shouldn't. Because even being here, he makes it so this guy has to kind of blitz him to go hit the witch elf, so bit risky with the loner. Our double ones haven't started kicking in yet though, so I guess we should take advantage while we can. I mean, it doesn't really make any sense, but... So there's no reason why this guy shouldn't at least come up and threaten. The nice thing is we've got a lot of his blitzers locked down and they are his mobile guys. He may just blitz through here just to base up. Nope. Yep. I mean, that was kind of inevitable. Oof. Then a hit here. Okay, that's nice. This is why you don't want to leave a lot of people in contact with orcs though, because they can just block everybody, because nice guard and block combos. Okay, so the fact that he went that direction is good. Is he going to try and... No, he can only base me with that. I think he'll reroll this. He's still got some stuff he wants to do. But it's a tricky one, because it's... Now does he do the second one? Is he thinking of dodging here? Okay. No, he's doing a blitz here. Fair enough. And he's going to run this guy up. So I think we can get her up here and provide her some cover. Depending on what happens here. Oh, we got the knockdown there. Which is sad. That's okay though, I think. Okay, that's good because we can move past the troll now, which means we can potentially dodge this guy out towards the end of the turn, going in the direction we want. So, yeah. So we move up to here. We move in the other witch right behind. We do have to make a dodge here, unfortunately. Now, I think what we do is we stand this guy up, and then we try and blitz him on our way through. So at least he's stood up. And then we hope that this dodge works. We stay, and then we can come up as the sort of secondary... I think we actually go here. Try and get this guy away. I don't really want you to get hit by the troll if we don't have to. How many turns have we got left? 4 turns, 3 rerolls. Yeah, I think we do use a reroll here. It's one of those where you decide not to reroll it, and you know, he dies or whatever. So let's pop him there if he'll go. And the runner. Is he just going to come foul the runner? Maybe. The runner does what his name says he does. So he can still blitz the runner, but he can't get as many assists. If I left him there, he could just gather everybody around and stomp on him. I don't know how... He probably wants to still threaten me so that I do score before turn 8. We'll see how well he does with that. That's a good start. Because if he doesn't get enough people up here, we do just stay there, because there's no reason to score if we don't have to. Much as I'd like an opportunity to try and get the ball off them and score again, I'd rather go in 1-0. So kind of expect him to go for this guy and then push up the side. That probably still gives us another turn though if he does that, because we got so much kind of so far away from his guys. I mean, he can't get back up to these two with anybody, I don't think. Maybe the Black Orc, but it's not easy. And if he doesn't do that, then we just move into the corner a little bit and just sort of screen ourselves off again. Because we've got 3 sidestep guys in the corner, that's going to be hard to get an effective pressure on. So who's he blitzing with? Two, 3, 4. The problem for this Black Orc is it's hard to get up here without being under the heavy threat of being surfed. I think maybe he just stands this guy up. Okay, going for a long range blitz. And getting it. Push him here, I presume? No, straight forwards? Okay. Oh dear. I think we try and Apo this. Yeah, we'll take him this next game over, because that still keeps him in good health, sort of. So there goes our Apo. And it's on our cage diver as well, which is sad. Where are you going? Okay. So yeah, for now we go here. Who is the biggest danger here? This guy's kind of the biggest danger, but I can't get to him. So I'd probably just try and hit. I don't want to get on this guy. I don't want to give him free blocks. I think this guy comes back now. Yeah, I've not done this perfectly, honestly. Because I haven't given myself a good blitzing target. I think I try a 1 dicer here. And I think I do reroll this still, because we'll still have 1 reroll left. And I think we... I think we put this guy on the tackle guy, even though I said I didn't want to, just to stop him like coming up and being more of a pain. You gonna get away? You are. Let's see, what is a useful place for you? Probably here. And if you miraculously get out, you can go here. So you can get up here with everybody here, obviously. So yeah, I think we probably score turn 7. Which gives them 2 turns, which is enough for orcs, unfortunately, but, you know, such is life. Unless they struggle to get into our cage, because they don't have tackle, so it's going to partially depend on if they can knock somebody down. If they don't knock anybody down, we just shift across to maintain our cage, I think. We'll have to kind of do some working out vis-a-vis that. We should be able to make it so only one person, even if he does get a knockdown, only one person can get to the ball, because we can just shift our player sideways so that they kind of block off anybody else getting in. So that was a risk, and we survived. But it was a risk I wanted to take because this guy just blitzes into the corner, I think. 1, 2, 3... Oh, he could have done it at the time. It's got more awkward since we put these guys here. Okay, the reroll going is kind of nice. That means he's got 1 reroll for his 2 turns. Unless he gets a free one. He may decide just to blitz one of these guys down so he can bring more guys through. Yeah. That's enough. He can just move them there. Then these guys all get in. I think I could eat this out till the last turn. Oh, that makes it more awkward. Oh. Oh, I wish I could. Oh, if I trusted this guy, I'd bring him up here, knock this guy out. So what I could in theory do is block this guy. And then move into the corner. I'm trying to work out if that's even remotely safe. Or I could blitz through here. Okay. So I think we blitz through here and try and move across. 1. Yeah. Oops. Okay, I forgot what I was doing now. I should have used the other witch. My brain forgot. Still, that's kind of what we were thinking we might need to do anyway. So who did we not get back? Just a blowjar. Who would have been on the front line, so that would have been nice to have back. Okay, so I think you need to be on the front line, because I'd like to have the guard at least theoretically available. I think we put a witch on each side. So trying to spread ourselves a little bit, because we've got to try and react to what he does. I think we put the guard in the middle and just run whichever way we need to. Because I assume he's going to try and form up on one side or the other. The question is going to... if he's sensible. I think he can actually get away with going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so he can get away with just running like all his blitzers down, which makes it so it's very hard to stop him scoring. Oh, he's got the goblin as well. I forgot about the goblin. But I don't think he wants to one turn there. He may just have the goblin back as a reserve next to the troll in case his other options don't look like working out. So he's got one reroll for the 2 turns. He shouldn't need it on the first turn unless he goes for a fast pass play. But yeah, honestly what I do is I usually would probably run 1 blitzer down on each side, so you've got 2 scoring threats. Then I would try and like maybe pass to the other blitzer who's somewhere in the middle and move him over to one side and just try and get as many black orcs as I could over there, but black orcs are unfortunately pretty slow. Okay. So that was interesting. I think overall it helps him, although their thrower can't get to the ball very well. But it might just mean they pick it up with somebody else first. I don't know. It's weird. The troll catching it would have been amazing. So yeah, we did retain 1 reroll for this. So what I was going to try and do was, and I should have done it with the other witch, is blitz this guy down at the end here, and then move 2 or 3 of them across just to have a little sidestep screen with the ball just behind it, which I don't think he'd have been able to get. He'd have been able to probably touch the ball carrier, but obviously we'd have just had a 2+ dodge into the end zone. What I forgot was that I was going to score. So yeah, all we're worried about at this stage is who is in scoring range. If he stands these guys up, I mean it makes sense to stand these guys up, but 1, 2, 3 of them have dodge. He'll probably try and knock one of them down on his way through with this guy and keep going. If he doesn't knock her down, of course, she just steps in his way and that's 1 less person. So he's moved the goblin next to the troll just to have that option like we figured he would. He's yet to run anybody down, so let's see. I'm sure he's going to at some point, but if he's making this block, that's risky. Not super risky, but risky enough that we're like, ooh, this could end the turn before he gets somebody in scoring range. Okay, so yeah, he does go for this. I don't think he can reroll that, so we just try our best to get in their way. So even if he follows this, he's right in between us, which is no good for him. It doesn't stop this guy getting round, but it means this guy is now no longer a scoring threat. 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah. This guy can be surfed where he is right now, so he may want to GFI once. I know, he may just go for the gobbo one, honestly. I don't know what the chances are of scoring with the gobbo. Oh, we didn't pick up the ball there. That is interesting, but we can't really get into it. So, let's see. Yeah, he has 2 scoring threats and the goblin that I can't do a lot about, apart from maybe sidestep somebody onto him. Actually, that's not a bad idea. So let's see, how would I do this? Dum dum. So I'm trying to think who I can get back to mark this guy up. She definitely marks him. And I think we mark with her on this side. Let's see. We've got the tackle to worry about, unfortunately. And we do need to put this guy here. Actually, we could put him here in case this goes wrong, because that still gives us the assist we need on the first one. I think we unfortunately have to stand these guys up. And we try this first. Are we gonna make it? Okay, so he's no longer a scoring threat at least. I believe. Yep. And then in an ideal world, we get somebody else over here. I think that's probably the best we can do. Now it's just up to, like, the goblin has a clear track, but I don't think we can... Let's see, if he was here... No, he can still throw the goblin here. Yeah. So I think the goblin is their best bet, but we have at least stood somebody on the goblin. This guy can obviously still score, but it's a pain because it's hard to get out. Oh, he might still be going for it though. Is he? Is he feeling like the goblin's not a good... I feel like the handoff to the goblin, I know it makes it like a 4+ rather than a 3+, but he's got a clear track once you throw him. Goblin touchdowns was never something I really messed with. Okay, it looks like he's going to try and do something with this guy. That's a pity. Stun's okay though. Looks like he's going for some sort of theoretically safe stuff first. That means this guy can't get involved if he was going to move him over here. Okay, he's going over here. Fair enough. Is he gonna hit this guy? Yeah, he's plugging that gap so I can't go in. But what I do is... Now I can't even get next to this guy. He can push me out of the whole thing here. Which is nice. He has to roll a GFI on it, but it's worth it. Unless he's considering doing it with this guy. No, because this guy will just push him here. Unless he moves this guy in, then hits with this guy. Then this guy would have to go out. Oh, we got it with that guy. It doesn't really matter. That was a bit risky, honestly, because had he have pushed him, then this guy got a push. I don't know what he's doing. Is he gonna try and pick it up with... Okay, so he is doing the goblin play. I don't know what the odds are. I know it's like a 2+ to eat him. I don't know if the throw is like a 3 or 4... Wow, he's leaving it so late. This is going to be hard to complete in the time. Yep. We're both having time issues today. I think he thought it through too hard there. I think he just needed to go for it. I didn't see if I came back. Oh, we didn't. How do we change our defense here? Honestly, I don't think our guard is that important. I mean, it would be nice, obviously, but if he wants to target that over these guys, then these guys can kind of make plays that the guard guy can't. He's just really handy. Is he leaving the goblin on? That'd be interesting. So I think overall a good first half. Losing a couple of guys was bad. I mean, this guy would just be so useful. It's just really nice to have somebody you can put on an annoying player, like a guard guy or an annoying black hole. Like just putting him next to this guy or this guy, and having him just like take hits would be really nice. Because you're just sort of taking, like, you can take out their key players potentially, and keep your key players are still maneuverable even if they... Okay. So I think we would have both got hit there from what I was trying to read to work out what that was basically saying. But our kiosk saved us. If this is our home pitch, which I think it is, that looks pretty Nagarothy. So yeah, I think this player is a decent player. We apparently we're both just suffering from, you know, overthinking things, which is probably because we both feel like there's a threat from the other player, so we're trying to put in that extra thought to make sure we don't make silly mistakes, and then running out of time and making silly mistakes. Looks like he's going to hit the runner, which I'm not surprised about. The runner didn't score, did he? Who scored? It was the witch in the end, right? Witches always end up scoring a lot because they're so maneuverable and so good at ball retrieval. Okay, is the runner going to stick around? For now. Oh, unless he might be he doesn't have his fowler on the field. I guess he's just moving back for relative safety. Because he doesn't want this guy to get targeted, obviously. But he also doesn't want a GFI to get him back to safety. Okay, that's nice. And he doesn't knock him down. Probably just moves him in. Wants to keep hitting, really. No. Okay, he's trying to play it safe here. I think I'd have moved him in. You could still got a solid 2 dice here, and then the troll would have had a 3 dice. And the ball's not, like, super unprotected. Okay, that was a little scary, because that would have actually been less protected. Could have got the guard guy around and got a 2 dice on the ball if... Yeah, he actually ended up playing it a bit more risky. Now he can move back to make a cage, but for a minute there, that was... This guy was in a dangerous place. Okay, I'm wondering about hitting this guy down just to get him out of the way. Can't get both of them down, that's the only problem. The other option is, do I hit this guy and then move on round? And I think the answer is, yeah. Or no. I mean, we can still move them out of the way. Follow. And then we're going to put one witch up there as well. Can't get up there as well as I'd like. These guys, can I get you all the way around there? No, I can't. I could get you here. Doesn't really seem worth it. So we will just spread these guys out a little. We're not really making any attempt at a solid defense here. Yeah, I don't think I kind of want to risk going onto the goblin. But I don't want to risk the GFI. I don't want to lose my reroll early if I don't have to. We'll try and get the runner out. Okay, we got the runner out. So they have a really easy progression forwards. I didn't really pay attention to the fact this guy was still in contact here, which is not great. Yeah, I mean, the plan was just to, all these guys that were laying down, just to dodge them out to at least... I just wanted to make like pretend like I have a wall. To make it kind of awkward, and just to get them in position so I can attack next turn, but it did not work out. So it looks like he's going to progress, maybe in this general direction, away from these guys. If they can stay standing up, we'll just probably bring one back round this way and maybe one back round over the back of them. Unfortunately, this guy gets his choice of tasty targets now. And this guy can hit here, and this guy can hit here. But he wants to move the thrower first so I don't get in contact. He might use the goblin to foul as well. Down goes the witch. Yeah, we just back off as much as we can here. Okay, that's good. In its own way. So I guess my hope is in some ways, although we are beginning to run out of players, my hope is that he tries to score so that he has a chance to get the 2-1. Rather than just sort of stall out at the end and go for a 1-1. I mean, he's getting the player advantage, so it's honestly not a terrible idea. And we've lost a couple of our key players, so he's getting the right people out. See, that doesn't bode well. Although, he probably wants to be slightly cautious because this guy could stand up and blitz, potentially. Especially seeing as he doesn't have guard on him, so yeah, I can kind of see why he's doing this. Okay, he's going very cautious. Okay, that's pretty nice. 2 dub skulls is handy, for sure. So we do need to get some people back round, I think. And we need to try and get somebody on the ball if we can. Which will be this guy. Will it work? Who can say? I am actually going to reroll this one. If nothing else, just to try and keep us alive a little bit longer. Let's see. I think we keep this guy back here as a danger man. And let's see how far this guy gets. Our dodging's definitely beginning to lose its shine, but that was always a possibility. Yeah, this is a sad thing. He can now just blitz this guy off. With his tackle guy as well, so may start to lose more players. And that was sensible, moving the troll first. He's playing well on the whole. I'm just curious to see how much he wants to win. His record suggests that he's kind of okay with drawing, because he's got a lot of draws. I think we've got more losses partially because we've tried to sort of find a way to get that, you know, get back in it and get a win, rather than just kind of accept the draw. It's the gamble you take sometimes. So yeah, I think somebody comes in here, this guy blitzes in, that'll just pop him off. No, that's definitely not what you want to do. Okay, yeah, he can just come in and blitz from here and he gets the assist from this guy. You don't even need this guy. I guess he's just getting him ready. And then he can actually move up into the witch, which is nice for him. I think we just back off so that we can maybe skip around if we're still alive. Then I think you move up to the... He did not move up, so these guys are theoretically sort of free now. Is he just staying where he is? No, he is moving up, I was going to say. So then this guy comes down here. That would be great if you want to do that. Okay, somebody else comes down here. This guy. This guy's probably just going to come in here. He's playing a very tight cage. Which is the orc way. It's a pain. This is where war dancers come in handy. We do have our guard here, but it doesn't really help. That was interesting. We could blitz into the goblin. Let's get on the cage if we can. You're at least just going to make a maneuver. What are you? You're just a lineman. Sorry, Mr. Lineman. So this is a slightly dangerous thing to do, but we do want to kind of apply some pressure. Now I could try and push the... What do I want to do here? I think I kind of want to push the ball carrier onto the witch. Which would mean doing this. Not as effective as we'd have liked, but it is what it is. Stay. We'll just sit on the goblin just because we have tackle. And we will pop this guy back if he'll go. Okay. Not a very exciting turn, and of course they can just move somebody here, maybe blitz with this guy, and the witch can't stay in contact, but you know, we're just doing what we can to make it awkward, really. Not quite in scoring range yet, So depending on how many people die, we still have some chance here. He's down to... Okay, he's down to 2 rerolls because he sensibly decided not to take that one last turn, unfortunately. I was kind of hoping he did. And then you have to... Who is this? Oh, it's this guy. No, you don't have to stay where you are. It's actually better if you... Kind of better if he moves up. I mean, this guy has a 3 dice, so you could try this first. Because you know I'm going to move down here and you can block with this guy. I guess it's a little risky. The safer thing is just to do that. Okay, he's going for the more aggressive hit by the looks of it. And I think this is a 3 dice as well, so... Yeah, that kind of worked out. We just pop out. We may be popping out permanently. Yep. So he's working me down nicely here. How many is that? 5 off? That was his blitz, so he can kind of move down here now, if he wants. May as well hit this guy. Then you just kind of casually saunter down here to relative safety. And probably score next turn unless he decides to play for the... This will be... Next turn will be where we see if he's playing for the draw or if he's just moving up in a position where he can just spend the rest of the game. If he does that, it is a problem for us. We try and sort of gather our forces back as much as we can. Without actually being aggressive, and then try some risky dives. Score, so you'd have to use a reroll to do that, but I don't think he's worried about it. It's not terrible. But it's not really needed either. So we're going to try and gather our forces a little bit. We're struggling with those 3 pluses today. So interestingly, he didn't get in scoring position. That worries me that he's going to play for a draw here. Despite having numbers. I mean, he could play for a draw and then an attrition win by killing enough of my guys so I don't have enough to start a restart on turn 16. Which I nearly had happen to me playing on the PlayStation one time, but I got lucky and they came back. And I won with like 3 players. But yeah, we're just trying to position ourselves in some kind of situation where if we get the opportunity to do a bad dive into the cage, we try it. If he's going for the draw, I think he starts fouling as well. Because you're not planning on it being an issue if you don't get it in. You know what would be nice is if this guy levels up to get a movement, because then he becomes an actual one-turn threat. I'll honestly consider giving him, like, obviously dodge after that, and then maybe sprint for the... What, he'd have like 8, he'd have 11 there. He'd be like a Wood Elf catcher then, where you only need to go 2 spaces to get in the end zone, which is so much more doable than 4, for me at least. Yeah, did he move down close enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He didn't move down close enough this turn either. Oof. So yeah, he's beginning to get that attrition stuff going. This is obviously our best chance, if you want to call it that. He's got guard blocking every way in, so it'd be a 2 dice against. And this is... Let's have a look here. Yeah, I can't reach him that way. Problem is I can't really get this guy down right now. I think you just show up. As do you. And let's give this a go. Oof. It's a 6+, that's so bad. Do we have any better alternatives? 4+, 4+. Four plus, 4+, 2+, 5+, 3+. This has a lot less rolls. And if we manage to roll a 3+ here, we have 2 chances at a 6 here. Still a GFI though. I think this makes more... Yeah, this makes more sense. Because then we don't have the GFI. Alright, let's do this thing. Oh, we used our dodge on the first one. We don't reroll for 6. If it was a 5, maybe. So yeah, I expect if he's just playing on a draw here, or a win by attrition, I expect him to not move a whole lot. Maybe just move the front of his cage down, move this guy out the way, gather everybody around here, and then start stomping. Because you need to remove people, so that you potentially get the win. I don't think I've ever had a game go to that. But it could happen. And we've got 3 KOs. In theory, all 3 of those could come back, but they could also all 3 stay out, so it's dangerous times. So he's within scoring range now. Does he go in next? If he goes in next turn, yeah, he's definitely playing for the draw. He can't go in next turn and give me 2 turns and him only 1 turn to score. It doesn't look like he's fouling, maybe, which gives us another potential dive in the... Yeah, that's a pain there. That means we go in with this guy in the front instead. I mean, it's all bad options, but I think there's no real reason not to try, apart from just preserving our players. Okay, he's making this really tricky. But honestly, a 6 is a 6, however many players you put in there. If he brings this guy down here, that'd be annoying. Why are you suddenly fouling over there? Maybe that was an accident. Okay, he's just fouling with that guy. Yeah, why not? That is not what we wanted. And he has tackle on this guy as well. So let's go here. Let's go here. And then let's have a look at our options. They are not good. Honestly, this guy still has the best chance. Okay, we got a 1 out of the way. That's nice. So let's see. Okay, that makes it GFIs. 3 plus 3 plus 5 plus in. First one we don't get our reroll. I think this one we actually do reroll if it goes wrong on that first dodge, because we have built-in rerolls later, and it's only a 5 plus. It's still a 2 dice against when we get there though. Okay, we failed it later on, so okay. Yeah. So we failed the 5 plus. We used our reroll on the one before. We don't have many turns left, let's give it a go. Nope. So we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm kind of okay with a draw at this stage because there's not much we can do about this. I'm a bit sad he didn't play for the win. He had the time and he had the numbers to try and pressure a win. But as I was saying, like, you can see from his record that he is okay with drawing. And unfortunately, a full team of orcs, there's only so much you can do about that without getting a bit of a lucky dive in. Or if our armor held out a bit more. I know we sort of pressured a bit, but we didn't sort of do a full man press. We were just trying to press to kind of give him some worries, and it wasn't really enough, unfortunately. I mean, of course, the funny thing is, even if we do get the ball out, chances are he just picks it back up. It's actually probably better to do it on one of these last 2 turns. It's nice that he's going for the loner at least. From a long-term perspective. Is he dropping back? Looks like he's going to drop back at... Okay, he's just dropping sideways. Oh. Exciting. Yeah, you have to reroll this, of course you do. Oh, that is not... that is so sad. If that scatters, we 100% try and dive in, throw the ball away. And honestly, it was likely to scatter to, like, well, you know, like, could it easily scatter to one of these? Or even bobbled off one of these guys and gone out? That was horribly risky. That's like lose yourself the game there. Unfortunately he didn't. And it looks like he's going to maybe stamp on this guy. Well, I am sorry for the anticlimactic finish to this game. He's actually given us easy 2 dice against here, which is an interesting choice. Well, okay, that wasn't a choice, that's right. So obviously we try and take it. We only bring that guy around, I think, if it works, because maybe it bubbles out horribly for him. And we re-roll this. Yeah, we just re-roll, man. It's likely to be a skull, yeah. But it's worth the second attempt, honestly. Because this time he goes in, and we can't do a 1-turner. We're just not. We don't have enough people left, and we don't have enough speed. Okay, a 6 skull would be beautiful here. What would it be? Not a quad skull, a hex skull? Yeah, he's going to do it with this guy, because if he gets an injury, he levels up. The good news is 1, 2, 3 guys left, so we're at least not going to forfeit the game, even if somebody doesn't come back. And he goes. Unless he wants to pass it to the troll. Yeah, just for a faint second there on turn 15 when he did that pass and it failed, or the handoff and it failed, I thought, you know, he may just be handing us a win here, and with a bad bobble, that could easily have been... Oh, that's the goblin. Okay, so you don't want to throw... You could throw... We could throw with our new guy. Yeah, I think we throw the new guy. We even have enough that we don't have to dodge somebody back to do it. You know, I guess we should keep a decent front line on the front line in case of Can we have riots here? Yeah, we can. A riot and a score here would be a beautiful I was going to say retribution, but that sounds harsh. But a beautiful sort of punishment for the draw play. So this is the weak link. That's a really weird setup. The tackle's over here though, so I think we go this way. I don't know why you don't just do one Black Orc on each corner and the troll in the middle. Don't know if he's scared of me fouling him or whatnot, but then I think you just bunch them up. If you are. Okay. You can go on the outside. You can just be present. And who... Oh, you were going to throw, actually. And then these three are my amazing riot strike force. Otherwise we're just going to do a throw. Okay. This would have been a brutal game if we didn't have that. Okay, we can get there, we can get somebody back into position. Get a point. Elves are so bad at vanity throws. If we were Tomb Kings and he did 5+ on both those rolls, you can believe that would happen, but somehow elves can never do those last minute throws. That's poor, but we're not too worried. I don't think anybody died. I think we just have a miss next game on our guard guy. Or no, our wrestle guy actually, which is sad. So our witch elf... Okay, I'll take that, that's fine. I think I'd rather it went on the blitzers, but witch elves are very useful too. Yeah. I mean, there's not much to say about that game. I'm sorry it wasn't very exciting, but... Orcs are a very methodical, you know, they just play tight, they're hard to do much against. Honestly, you just have to force them into making their own mistakes, which they almost did a couple times, but especially in that at the end of the first half they made a mistake when they could have possibly got a 1-1. Our blitz leveled up though. Roll movement for me. Okay, we will go dodge. So our blitzers are beginning to... It's nice that he's already got that. That makes our front line look a lot better. Missing our Russell agility guy, but he often doesn't do a whole lot anyway, so that's fine. Don't have enough money to spend on anything, so that is going to be that. One day our runner will score, and it will be magnificent. I will catch you guys for the next one, and hopefully it will be a little more exciting. Bye for now.